Hello, welcome fellow adventurers. Dr. Nostromo here, and this is tutorial number 11 in our 2B King playthrough series. Had to cut number 10 short if you were here or if you listened to it. Of all the times my yard maintenance crew could show up, they just happened to show up exactly in the middle of my broadcast, so there you go. Anyway, recap. From the last video, we have Sissy. She's turned in her relic. She's gotten the knowledge of the mystic realm, and now she's heading through the wastelands to the mystic realm and the throne. Along the way, she ran into some magic berries, which gives her flex points. So since she's the only one around, she's going to take full advantage of that and eat every berry it's got. In the meantime, Zybot, she was in the palace. She had to search 10 rooms. But Sissy found her relic in the first room, but Zybot had to search through 10 rooms before she finally found her relic, Call's Journal, as depicted by the cover picture I used on this video. And she's just entered the Catacombs. And she's this is an alternate route back to the lowlands. Could be quick, could be a problem. We'll see. But we got cut off last time just as we started this round, and Zybot was entering the Catacombs. So we'll start there. And she's going to roll a d4 for movement. 3, 1. Now, if you notice this room, these brown areas here are the doors. You notice there's no door for him to get into. So he's going to try to rotate this room. In order to do that, he has to make a cat roll. Stands for Catacombs doorways. And he's got 45%. He's got a physician, that'll add 5%. So 45, he's got a 50% chance to rotate this room randomly. If he gets 10% or less, he can rotate it any way he wants. So 5%. Wow, he can rotate it any way he wants. Well, that's fine. So he's just going to rotate it clockwise once. There we go. And he had 3, 1, 2. Going to go ahead and over the top, 3. Since he's in a hallway, chances of an event are 1 in 4. He doesn't have an event. And now moving on to Sissy. She's just going to step into the grove so that next time she can return to the berries and take another dose. And we'll go on to round 94. Someone's picked up the woodworker's kit and it's no longer available, and the market just received a new woodworker's kit. How about that? Okay, and starting off with Sissy, and she's going to return to the berries, and there's one bunch of berries left, so she's going to go ahead and eat those, and the berries give her a flex point. And that's a safety check location. Passed that successfully. And she's going to add a flex point to, well, her power is maxed, so she can't go over the max. Might as well do psychic, because when she's going to end up with a confrontation with Zybot, and his power is strength, or his strength is power, and her strength is psychic, so she's going to keep that stat high. Okay, and moving on to Zybot. He rolls a d4. 2. 1, 2. Okay, in a room, automatically you have an event. And he found a mean gorilla in the catacombs. Spread this out just a bit so we got plenty of room. Okay. And the gorilla's run factor is D10. 3. Its hit points is D8 plus 8. 4 and 8 is 12. Although most gorillas shun strangers, this one appears to be a bit psychotic and will ferociously attack anything that enters its territory. I can see why it's psychotic. It's living in a catacombs, which is weird for a gorilla. Okay. Okay, this would be a power physical combat, and his physical, he has 9 physical points or power points and +1 to hit, +3 for racial, yes, because he doesn't use a weapon. Let's see, talents, items, and other. Hasn't been updated lately, so we'll make sure that everything is up to date. Saintly Powers doesn't help. Fierce Fighter might help. Fierce Fighter in physical combat, roll 2 dice. Okay, so he's going to be able to roll 2 dice in combat. His ring mail is going to give him 35% armor rating. Helmet is good for 15. That's 35, 45, 50. And okay, then he's got a machine. He's not going to be using the machete in combat. So nothing to add to these, but 50% physical combat. Oh, and that's right. He has a natural combat of 20, natural armor rating of 20, didn't he? Yes, armor rating of 20, so it's actually 70. That's why it showed 70. His damage would be D4 plus 3 still, so he's good. And he's going to do a 25% plus 10% for the physician for 35% first sight. He did not get first sight. And the gorilla has a 10% surprise rate. However, the Acnoroid's opponent's ability to surprise you is minus 10%, so the gorilla does not surprise. Now, does Zybot want to avoid? No, he's got a high combat point. And the thing about being in the catacombs, if you avoid or run, you are lost for D4 rounds. And that can become accumulative if you have to keep doing it over and over again. That's why the catacombs can be dangerous, not to mention the rooms constantly shifting on you. So anyway, he's not going to run. He's going to defend himself, and the gorilla has a combat point of 6. 6. And the Zybot has a combat point of 13. Okay, and looks like he won easily. So he's going to cause 2d4 plus 3 damage. 7 and 3 is 10. Almost killed the gorilla. An ISC roll. Gorilla will roll first. And Zybot. And Zybot won the roll. He's going to attack. The gorilla has a 30% chance it wants to run at the end of this segment. Uncheck. 30%. It fails. Okay, it's not running. So, Zybot's going to attack with a combat point of 13. Don't know why it switches maps like that. Why don't we go ahead and shut this map off while we're using this one? Good deal. Okay. And the gorilla has a combat point of 6. And once again, Zybot was victorious easily and is going to strike with 2d4 plus 3 hit points, which would be a kill. Yeah, even 4 plus 3 is 7. He's only got 2. So the gorilla will give him 6 experience points. And that'll take care of that. And moving on to round 95. Okay, no news. And Sissy goes first. Well, she's eaten all the berries, so there's no reason for her to stick around. Does she have a rope? She does not have any rope. Okay. All right. She does have an extra movement point, correct? Oops, maybe I forgot to switch sides. She does have a +1. Skill +2. Oh, that's +2 skill. It shouldn't be there. That was when she had the Puzzle Master. So let's remove that. Well, there's great numbers she had. She might not have had them. Nope, her cast spell rate is still 90. That's the one that's been being used. So, okay, she's good. So let's move on. She's got 7 movement points. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That looks like it might be her best route. There's 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. She go this way. That's 2 events though. She's not going to go that direction. So then 3, 4, 5, 6 is the same. So she's going to avoid as much safety checks she can. She's going to go 1, 2, 3, and there's a safety check here. Okay, 4, 5, 6, 7 with 1 event. Something races towards you at great speed and then cuts right and runs away. No event. Going on to Zybot. Zybot rolls a d4 for movement. 2. Looks like he's going to get there pretty easily. Could go either way. Oh, he'll stick to the high road. 1, 2. And he'll roll a d4 to see if he has an event. And he does not. Move on to round 696. So far, he's had a very easy excursion through the catacombs. Everyone lost sight of the dead salesman. It's the only news. And looks like Sissy's up first. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's about as far as she's going to go. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. She's going to go around the safety check location and get an event. She found cargo pants. Well, a lot of good that's going to do her now. Let's see. She's already got a pair of cargo pants, so she'll just leave these there. And Zybot. D4 for movement. 2, 1, 2. And he has to have an event inside the room. Oh, he met a Darvin. Well, it's pretty easy pickings for this late in the game. If you're going to run into something, that's who you want to run into. And run factor of D8. 4. And hit die of D8. This is just a Class A enemy. It's not should be pretty light work, but I've seen people get pretty clobbered in our campaign game. We had a guy who was one of our players was killed just the other day by a Volto, which has a power of 2, and he got clobbered. So it happens. Okay. Okay, combat stats. Okay. And combat stats are still the same. As a matter of fact, he's going to, well, not right now. He's got 20 experience points. He could cash in for 2 points or something, but he's not going to, he's going to save those for the time being. And let's see, he has 25 plus the physician, 35% first sight. He got first sight. So he is going to attempt to surprise the Darvin with a stealth of 40. Don't know if he has any other, oops. Yeah, that's what I wanted. Doesn't improve stealth, that's all the undead. Has nothing else here that's going to improve stealth. Okay, so just 40% stealth. See if he can surprise the Darvin. He did. He got 40%. Surprise the Darvin. That's a maximum hit. So that would be 8 plus 3, 11 hit points. Well, they only needed 2 to kill him. So he killed the Darvin before the Darvin even knew he was there. So there's 3 experience points for that. And moving on to round 97. No news. And it's Zybot's turn first again. Well, D4, and the room rotated. He didn't have an open door, and now he does. So I rolled a 3. There you go. 1, 2, and he is in the Mariah Gateway. On his next turn, he'll teleport back to the Mariah Island. Very easy run for the Zybot. Very lucky there, and he does need to catch up. So, Sissy. Okay, where's she going here? 2, 3, 7, or 2, 6, 7. Let's see, there's 1 safety check in this direction. There's 2 in that. She's going to go over oh, there's 1 here. Okay. Either way, she's got 2 safety checks. That one looks like it's going to take longer though. So she's going to go 2, 6, safety check, and 7. No event. And move on to round 98. No news. So Sissy's turn again. She's going to go 4, and that's as far as she can go because the Quagmire's a 5. So she's going to go there and have an event. Glass gem. One of your gems is actually a gem of illusion used by thieves. Its power has faded, and you notice it's simply a chunk of glass or garbage. Trash it. Does not apply to any gem that's already been appraised. Let's see. Does she have any gems? She does not. So that's a non-event. Moving on to Zybot. Okay, Zybot. Congratulations, you found the Mariah Gateway. On your next turn, roll a d6, and this will tell you where the gateway takes you. Add 1 to your die roll for every rival that has the knowledge of the mystic realm. Since he has 1, so he gets to roll 1, add 1 to his die, and he rolls a d6. 2, 3. Doesn't make any difference. Leap to Mariah Island and move to a random Mariah Lowland location. Okay. So leap to Mariah Island and a Mariah Lowland location. It would be ML52. Looks like he's going to be down here on the left. Right here in the slough with no event. Okay, so he's got some traveling to do. He was hoping to get right on Jurassi's doorstep, but it didn't work out that way. Okay, next round, round 99. Pegasus clan decided Zybot the Scaly needed a few bucks, deposited $179 into his account. Okay, and it's his turn first. Okay, is there anything he particularly wants to, any vendors he particularly wants to visit? He does have a gym, so visiting there's a flea market right there. As far as he doesn't need the weapon, he's got nice armor. Would be nice if he had some sort of defense for psionic combat. That would be helpful, but There isn't any actually, because yeah, you can't use magical items in the throne room. So he's just going to have to start beefing up his psychic, which he's going to do now. He's going to beef up his psychic so he can defend himself when the fairy attacks him, which I'm sure she will do so psychically. So he's going to add 2 to his psychic. Actually, he's going to, yeah, I'm going to see, 2 is 1 of his psychic. Yeah, and 1 to his power. Because she's got him beat on power too, I think. Well, not with that +3 to hit. So he's already got 10 plus 3. He's already got 13 power basically when it comes to combat. So I think he's gonna have the edge on her power wise, but psychic he's gonna have to beef that up a bit. So okay, so he's gonna move. He's gonna go to the flea market, and 50% chance the lapidary is open. He is just barely. Caught him on the way in the door, and so he's going to have this gem appraised and possibly sell. Okay, he has this examined gem. Class is unknown. Its value is unknown. He has a 35% digger, and the lapidary says, that's just ornamental worth 370, but I like it. I'll give you 407. Good deal, I'll take it. Okay, moving on to Sissy. Let's see, 5, 6, 7. She can go to the empty flats. 5, safety check. 6, 7, and no event. Moving on to round 100. The blacksmith has received a new dagger. Someone's picked up the cargo pants, and they ended up at the market. Okay, and looks like Pegasus is going first. Zybot. What am I looking for? There we go. And so he's going to head on over to, let's see, Xerox's apprentice is right here. How much money does he have? He has $2,003. I think he has a bit of gold too. $100 in gold, no big deal. Okay, so yeah, he's going to head to Xerox's apprentice as quickly as he can. So 2, 3. He does not have 7 movement points, does he? No, he does not. Well, he doesn't want to see 2, 3. So he'll just stop on the bridge then. He doesn't want to fool with the wrath. Windshot Glen, no. Okay, and Sissy, she's going to step into the door. This is the entrance to the Mystic Realm. You must prove yourself worthy for these doors to open and allow you into the Mystic Realm. Attribute your choice times 4 of successfully opening the doors. If it opens, you may advance into either path in the Mystic Realm on your next turn. If you fail, you may try again next turn or leave. Okay, so she's going to pick, obviously, Psychic. At 16, 32, it'd be 64%. And she got through the doors just fine. Okay, round 101. The Sun Clan has rounded up some investors and donated $181 into Sissy's account. And looks like Zybot goes first. 2, 4, 5, 6. 1 event. And he has his relic. Deadly Mist. Just the right conditions have created a deadly mist in swamps and wetland areas. All characters in wetland terrain suffer D6 hit points damage and fall asleep for D4 rounds unless they are safe in wetland terrain, immune to poison, or they consume an antidote now. Check all other living beings in W terrain. Ignore undead. 30% they drop dead. Okay, well, he's not in a wetlands terrain, and she is in an AP location, I believe. Yes, the door. So we just need to review other beings. Bolt doesn't count, it's not living. We have a Minicosaurus, but he's in the hills. He's in the ocean. Flatlands. Flint is in the desert. Giant butterfly is in a wetlands location. 30% chance it'll drop dead. Nope. Now you might be asking why bother with all these creatures on the other islands since you've already left. A character could still die and they could start with a new character, so always leave everything in place, keep track of everything, because you never know what might happen. The Wraith is an undead. He doesn't care. Let's see, anything else here? Okay. And let's see, the Midlands, nobody in the Midlands. And the Wastelands, I don't think there's anybody in the Wastelands. Unless a roamer went up there somewhere. Yeah, I don't see anybody in the Wastelands. Okay, I think that's it. Okay, everything's been checked. And moving on to Sissy. Okay, so she's got to choose between the forests and the wetlands or the desert and the mountains. And I don't think she has any advantages in any of these. Now would have been a good time to have that. No, that wouldn't have helped either, come to think of it. I'm just mumbling to myself now. Okay, she's going to beef up her stealth rating now. So she's going to put 2 points into stealth or skill. She wants to try to get through this mystic realm with a minimum of problems. Maybe one more. It's 50%. We'll take it one more notch. And then the other 2 points, she will put one into. She'll put them both into psychic. Oops, I did that wrong. I didn't do that as a conversion. Okay, conversion into psychic. And conversion into psychic. Okay. She's got a hefty set of stats. Really nice. Okay, so she's going to go. I don't think she has any objects going to help her in any sort of terrain. Nope, nope. Ring mail, woodworker's kit, poleaxe. Nope, nothing here. She'll do that before she gets into the throne room. And then we have Xerox's pass. That'll be a big help here. So she's going to go ahead and step into the Black Forest and have an event. And here's where things get scary. F. She's encountered a spirit nausea, a class F enemy. Okay, this is an enemy reptilian. Let's see, she has a dragon killer, which is good against masters and dragons. This is an enemy, so that's not going to help her here. Rather than get into a battle with a class F enemy who has a power of 19, she is going to use Xerox's pass. Give this pass to the Guardian when traveling from the lowlands to the midlands, and he will let you pass. You may also hand it to any creature except a beast in the mystic realm, and they will be compelled to let you pass. So she's going to go ahead and use Xerox's pass. And the spirit nausea will just ignore her. And moving on to round 102. A Thurgis has received a new liquid of life. Oh. Well, Zybot's going to be incredibly interested in that. And Sissy's been studying the best way of traveling through various terrain, increasing her swift by 1. Okay. And Zybot goes first. Well, he definitely wants to make a detour to the Thurgist. Where can he find a Thurgist? Looks like back to the flea market. Now, where's the actual Thurgist? Is he too far away? There's one here. That's the only one available, huh? Yeah, the flea market's closer. So he's going to go back down to the flea market. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Before he does anything else, he's going to check to see what the cost of this liquid of life is. It's $1,260. He's got the cash for that, and he can use it, right? It's got an APC of 3. He has 3 APC, so he's good. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's as far as he can go. And an event. Oh, he found a creature. A Threckar. Okay. He has a run factor of D8. 2. A damage of D8. No, not damage. Hit die of D8 plus 8. 8 plus 8, 16 hit points. All right. Okay. An aggressive reptilian creature usually found in caves. Although after the initial segment, it has a 35% chance of surprising if it's attacking and indoors as it tries the ability to change colors in the shadows to conceal its movement. Well, we're not indoors, so he doesn't get that. If it has 25% contract disease until cured, okay, that might be a problem. Combat stats. All right. Okay, his combat stats, his power's gone up to 10. Everything else is still the same, no? And he has a 25%. I thought he had a higher percentage than that last time. 35%, that's right, with his position at first sight. What am I looking for? Okay, here we go. He does not get first sight. The Threckar has a 10% surprise rate. The 75% would apply to a bonus area, which he is not in. So 10% surprise. And since an arachnoid senses are acute and enemies are minus 10 surprise, there is no surprise. He is not going to attempt to avoid. He will go ahead and fight the Threckar. So the Threckar is attacking with a combat point of 8. And Zybot is countering with a combat point of 14. And he's going to go ahead and roll twice with his Fierce Fighter talents. So there's 1. I was forgetting to do that last time. And 1. Okay. Let's see. So, yeah, first he'll take the first roll. It gives him a combat score of 24, which is a solid hit. He's going to hit him for 2d4 plus, it'd be 4, not 2d4 plus 3, 2d4 plus 4. Three and 4, 7. Not a particularly hard hit. And ISC roll. Threckar will go first. And Zybot. Threckar has the initiative. There's a 14% chance it'll run away. It does not. So there's a 15% chance if of running away successfully if he wants to run, but he does not want to run. So the Threckar will attack with a combat point of 8. And Zybot has well, he rolled a 1, so that's a special roll. He's the attacker and he rolls a 1, which means that he fails unless Zybot also rolls a 1. Since he's got 2 rolls, that's unlikely. Combat quota of 14. However, 11. However, if he rolled a 12, it gets even better for him. So he's going to go ahead and roll twice. Combat roll 14. Okay, but he beat him. And so it'd be 2d4 plus 4 damage. 2 plus 4, 6 hit points damage. He's whittling away on him. Okay. ISC roll. Threckar will roll first since he was the attacker. Oh, he rolled a 20. That is a special roll on ISC. And he only rolled a 15. Okay, 20 means that the Threckar struck Zybot for maximum damage. His damage is D8, so that would be 8 hit points damage. Okay, and ISC is rolled again. Threckar first. 13. And Zybot, 14. He has the initiative. He can now run with immunity if he likes. But no, Threckar's only got 3 hit points left. He'll go ahead and attack. So he's going to attack with a combat point of 14. See, the Threckar got hurt in this round. So there's a 26% chance he'll want to leave after this round is over, since he's on the defensive. So run check, 26, and he is not planning on running. He's not a very smart Threckar. Okay, so 14 combat point. Gonna roll twice. And the Threckar will roll combat point on 8. And he didn't even come close. So 2d4 plus 4. He's only got 3 hit points. That's going to be a kill. So he's killed the Threckar for 8 experience points. Okay. And we'll move on to round 103. Oh, wait a minute. Let's backtrack. That was his was the first turn of the round, so let's go on to Sissy. We forgot all about Sissy. That's not very nice. Okay, she's going to step into the dark bog and get an event. It is also a creature. It is a Banshee, another enemy, but a Class D as opposed to a Class F enemy, so this isn't going to be nearly as bad. Okay. Run factor of D8. 5. Hit die 2d8 plus 8. 6 and 3 is 9 and 8 is 17. Okay, a minor demon with a scream that'll rip through your neurons like a freight train. It is a psychic creature. This will be a psionic battle. And the fairy obviously has psionic attack capabilities, so normal attacker defender situation going on here. Let's see, her psychic is now 18. She shouldn't have too much of a problem with this one. Add-on, none. Hits to hit is +2 now. Racially, oops. Her stealth is +25. Okay, so when you're in the Mystic Realm, you're always the attacker. So on the initial attack, in this case, if she gets first sight, she can attempt to surprise. Oh no, she's always the attacker, so she's going to try to surprise first. And if she's surprised, she gets a full hit on the Banshee. After that, it's normal. Okay, so let's see. Talents. I don't think she has any talents or anything that's going to help her here. Dexterous, no. Dragon Killer, no. It's not a dragon or a master. Armor, we've got 35. She's going to use her broadsword. So 35, okay. And the broadsword is +3. And D12 damage, now D12 +2 damage. Oh, no, no, no. This is a psionic battle. So the broadsword doesn't mean anything. So yes, nothing is going to help her psionically, which I don't think she really needs it. So, okay, so in her, now her psionic damage is now D10 +4. Okay. So she is going to try to surprise the Banshee, 53%. She did not surprise the Banshee. All right. Well, then she's going to attack the Banshee with a combat point of 20. 20. The Banshee will retaliate with a combat point of 8. And they both rolled 4s. That is a standoff. So now they both roll ISC. The Fairy rolls first. 4. The Banshee. This is just a check for special circumstances, since the Fairy is always the attacker in this case. Mystic Realm creatures simply defend. You have to get by them. That's all you really need to do. So ISC roll for the Banshee. But both rolled 4s on the ISC roll. That means that there's an exchange of blows. They both inflict damage on each other. No armor check. So she inflicts D10 +4 damage. 3 and 4 is 7. And the Banshee inflicts D8 +1 damage. 6 and 1 is 7. Takes away all her extra hit points. Okay. Yes, and on exchange of blows, if one of the characters kills the other, the one that was killed still gets that blow in before they died. So it doesn't prevent an exchange of blows. Okay, and now we roll ISC again. First, the Fairy with a 2. And the Banshee, also a 2. Another exchange of blows. How bizarre. Okay, so D10 +4. This is where the game really starts to hit you, is those exchange of blows things, or those special rolls. So 5 and 4 is 9 hit points damage. Almost killed the Banshee with this blow. Not quite. And she still gets another D8 +1. 4 and 1, 5. Okay. Oops. Sometimes instead of adding or subtracting the amount I want, I put the amount I want it to go to, which is wrong because that'll subtract it. So it was 5, not 4, wasn't it? 5, yeah. D8 +1, yes. Okay. Now, ISC again, since we still have not, we're still on the special circumstances part of the combat, and the Fairy rolls a 1. That's a special roll. And the Banshee rolls an 18 or 15. I think it's 15. Okay, with a 1 means that she tripped and fell, and the Banshee gets free damage. D8 +1. 6 and 1 is another 7 hit points damage. Wow. Okay. ISC again. Fairy. 14. And the Banshee. 14. Another exchange of blows. This is strange. Okay, Fairy gets D10 +4, which is going to kill the Banshee. The Banshee gets another D8 +1. So, and God rolled an 8, 9 hit points damage. Practically all of the damage sustained, practically all the damage sustained in this conflict was due to special rolls. That is weird, but it happens. Okay, so she got 8 experience points for that. Well earned, I might add. Okay, and we'll move on to round 103. And this will be the last round. For today. Okay, Zybot the Scalies received a hit point natural healing for a total hit point of 45. Zybot the Scaly had a profoundly spiritual dream, adding a point to her psychic. That's good. Sissy received a hit point of natural healing for a total hit point of 30. Sissy chatted up a traveling salesman over dinner and learned a few tips, increasing her social by 1. And moving on to Sissy first. Okay, first thing she's going to do is she's going to use her magic dose of her magic unguent, dose tracker. This will be her last dose. And it's good for D12 plus 6 hit points and healing. D12, 11 plus 6, 17 hit points of healing. So it'd be 3, 4, yep, 17 hit points. Okay. That'll give her up to 47. So that's gone. And then she's going to drink the liquid of life. APC of 3. Okay. Well, let me take a look at her spells here. She doesn't need. Okay. So D12 plus 6 hit points. That's a gain. 6 plus 6, 12 hit points. Gets her up to 59. I think that's where she started before she went into the Mystic Realm. So good thing she had this stuff. And that takes care of that. It's only good for 1 shot. And now she's going to step into the Mystic Gate. See. You've arrived at your final obstacle, for beyond this gate lies the Great Throne. If you have arrived here without the knowledge of the Mystic Realm, you are immediately thrown into the vortex. Even if you have it, the gate may feel that you are not yet worthy of being ruler and throw you into the vortex anyway. On your next turn, find the sum. Okay, we'll do that on your next turn. So we'll see if you get to the gate. Zybot. That's right, he's down here. Okay. He's trying to get back to the Thurgist. 4, 5, 6, 7. Well, okay, so 4, 5. He's on the bridge. And that will conclude today's adventure. Be back again on Saturday afternoon for tutorial number 12. Goodbye, folks.